What's going on, world? My name is Serial Sensei here with another episode of Put You On Game, a series in which I give my thoughts and recommend games that I believe are gems and deserve a little bit more recognition. And for today's game, that game is an action platformer developed by Oliver entitled They Always Run. Now, They Always Run is available on multiple platforms, but for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch version. Now, They Always Run sees you playing as the main character named Aiden, who is a three-armed bounty hunter, and he does bounty hunter stuff, man. He's visiting different planets across the galaxy. He's pulling up, he's throwing hands, he's leaving and collecting bounties, dead or alive, which sometimes the game actually lets you choose which option, which is actually pretty dope. And while he's on his journey, he meets this, interesting cast of characters, and their stories are kind of intertwined because of mutual interests. And I won't go in too deep with that because of spoilers, but the more you play, the more you'll get to see how this whole little sci-fi, cyberpunk, western world kind of unravels. Criminals, cults, conspiracies, a lot going on here. But for the most part, I enjoyed it. It was a pretty solid story. Now, gameplay wise, They Always Run is a mixed bag, but I enjoyed it for the most part. I think they nailed the most important part of the game, the action. The action is unique because this third arm mechanic that we got going on. As far as the attacks, you can dodge, you can parry. Of course, you have the attacks with your sword, or you can pull out your third arm and you can start smacking people with that. Got a blick, you can pull out the gun, start pew-pewing, and you unlock more abilities throughout the game. You pay for upgrades, and I won't get too deep into the skill tree, but you get a pretty, I think you get a nice set of moves to work with that are fun to use, and you'll be needing to use a lot of them because parts of this game are pretty difficult, man. You'll find yourself being crowded by enemies, and you'll be fighting 5 or 6 people at a time. It can get kind of punishing. You might find yourself having to restart some sections, so you got to get good at that parrying and dodging. It gets a little hectic, and the boss fights can be a little punishing too. So be ready for the smoke, man. They're trying to bring the smoke in this game, man. They're not playing, but I like that they give you, they make the action good, so it makes the fights fun. I like the animations of the abilities also. The animations to me just look and feel satisfying as you're executing them. So the combat wise, I'm rocking with it. I'm liking that. The visuals of this game, I'm loving. They Always Run did a great job of really making me want to visit each planet because of how gorgeous these environments look, how gorgeous the backgrounds are while you're traveling and platforming, or you might just be chasing somebody in a foot race. Sometimes the camera will do like this cinematic pan out, and you get to really see how just beautiful these planets and these environments are. And I like that each area, each planet kind of has its own distinct feel to it. I even like Aiden. I think his character design and just the animation and just look of this game in general, I think it looks clean. It looks really good. It is very aesthetically pleasing. You can just tell that the devs put a lot of love into crafting these environments. Not even just with the looks, you can tell it with the music. You can tell it with the atmosphere, or with the NPCs that you encounter in each area, who kind of have their own little individual side plots and little stories going on. So yeah, man, the whole just aesthetic, atmosphere, environment of this game, it is gorgeous to look at, and I really, really, really love it. It makes exploring each section that much more satisfying. So I love the action, I love the environments. Like the music. Story's not mind-blowing, but it gets the job done. So what are the downsides of They Always Run? Well, you're going to be running into bugs. There's some of those in this game. They Always Run is a little rough around the edges. Now on the Switch version, there was a game-breaking bug, but that has since been patched. But even while recording footage for this video, I can tell that there's still some bugs. It's some weird animation glitches going on. You might get some lag here and there. At times it feels unpolished. One specific bug, a minor spoiler on the skill tree, there's an ability I unlocked called Kinetic Accumulator, which is this aerial attack, in which you kind of just fall from the air, you slam to the ground to deal damage. And I did that attack, and I fell through the ground. I don't think that was supposed to happen. Fell all the way through the floor. I don't know if that's been patched because I didn't get a chance to test it because I didn't unlock it while I was recording footage for this video. But just know that might be a thing. So if it happens, Just be warned that could be a thing. And the platforming in this game could have been a little better. Platforming was not as tight as I would want it to be. As somebody who enjoys action platformers, the platforming was not as tight as I wanted it to be. There were times where I felt like I clearly grabbed the ledge or grabbed the rail, and the game just said nope, and they let me fall and die, and I didn't much appreciate that. So just be aware of that. There are going to be times where the platforming might get a little frustrating, and it's also, as much as I love looking at the environments of this game, I do wish structurally, like stage wise, I wish the stages were a bit more creative. The flaws in this game, and they always run, kind of reveal themselves to you the more you play it. Like I said, part of it just feels unpolished, and that they could have left us bake in the oven just a little bit longer before they fed it to us. But even with those flaws that I just mentioned, I still feel like I got enough out of this, and I was entertained enough as someone who enjoys action platformers, and I think they gave me enough that I still felt satisfied. It gave me a unique combat experience. The third arm mechanic I thought was just really dope and different. Like I said, these environments, they're gorgeous. This whole cyberpunk atmosphere, sci-fi world that I'm in, I'm here for it. I like seeing the story unfold and seeing different characters' motivations, and there was enough here that I got enough out of it. And even with the flaws, they might be irritating, but I was still always entertained and engaged by what I was doing. But I would say, because of the bugs, I'd say if you're going to grab this, maybe wait for it to go on a sale. But if you can catch it on a sale, man, give this a try. I think there's still enough here that you'll still have yourself a good time. This was a fun linear experience, and the combat was enough to keep me just wanting to keep playing and exploring these gorgeous environments. And I hope they get a sequel, man. I think if the devs can polish this up and expand a little bit more on some of these concepts and ideas, I think they could really have something special on their hands. But we'll see how that goes in the future if they decide to make a sequel. But if you're interested in giving They Always Run a try, it is $19.99 on the Switch eShop and takes up 710 megabytes of space. That's all I got for today's video. If you have played They Always Run, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't played it, let me know if you'd be interested in giving it a try. And also make sure you like, subscribe, do all of the cool things that help out the algorithm. Y'all stay safe, y'all stay hydrated, and I will catch y'all on the next video. Yeah. Hey, y'all got any health over here? No, I don't need money. I mean, I'm always down for money, but this ain't the time. I'm gonna die. Oh no. I just want to live. I just want to live. Can I live? Can I do it? Can I be great? Can they do it again? No, no, no. Let's go. Help! Let's go. The champ. They can't stop him. Woo, let's go. You keep saying you're gonna die, but you still out here, right? I was still working.